Well, welcome to the Minnesota Vikings podcast presented by Pepsi. My name is Gabe Henderson. I am in the TCO radio studio with the one and only Keenan McCardell, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver coach. Keenan, this is just an honor, first and foremost, to be talking to you. I know we talk a lot off air, but just thinking about how this season has gone, I feel like your room has been the most entertaining room, not just in this building, but for the entire NFL. Just describe what these first 2 weeks have been like for you and your unit.
It's been next man up type mentality for us. I mean, I think everybody's been scrambling and thinking about who's going to play, who's not going to play. I don't even get, it doesn't bother me because the way I teach it is that the next man up, you got to stay ready, and I think, Jordan's been down, Speedy's been down, guys have been hurt, and it's just been like the next man up guy has to play. Trent's been a big part of our room. BP has been a great part of our room, so he's been there. He understood it from last year when Jets went down, and he know I'm not changing. The next man up, next man has to make his plays, and I think we have that type of mentality in our room, and we understand it, I guess it kind of comes from the way I feel the way this game should be played, or the way I was brought up in this game. You always got to stay ready, so you don't have to get ready, as the old quote say. That's what they say, but it's true in our room. I mean, those guys know that at any I stress to them, at any given moment in a game, somebody could go down, and you got to be ready. I mean, like I tell them all the time, you got to be a pinch hitter. You got to hit. If you're not a starter, you got to be able to hit. And pinch hitters got to hit when they're called on. So, and my guys have responded, and I hope they continue to respond. I think they will. I have a great group of guys that love to play the game. They love to play with each other. So that's been good, and we kind of established that in training camp. Of who we want it to be. So, and I think
and what is that?
We want to be a group of guys that when my number's called, I make my plays. Our motto in our room is hit a call, know the call, do your job. It's your job to be open all the time. It's your job when your number's called to make that play, and it's not just for you; it's for the team. And I think they understand that. That's how we think about it. It's a team game at the end of the day,
right?
And everybody has to do their job.
Selfless. Just hearing you talk about everything that you just said, the word selfless comes to mind, and one play sticks out to me more than one, because I'm thinking about the New York Giants game, Week 1.
Yes.
Justin Jefferson, he's in the backfield, goes out for a little bubble screen. And then Jalen Naylor is faking the block. Trent Sherfield is running the post, and he has to step on the corner's toes to basically block two people.
Yes.
If Trent Sherfield doesn't turn that safety's eyes, Jalen Naylor isn't wide open up the seam. And, I mean, for Trent Sherfield, you see all that open space and say, hey, this ball should be coming to me, but he's thinking about Jalen Naylor. Give me an example of, like, that selfless play for you.
I mean, those things like that happen all the time, and I always tell our big thing in our room is that we work for each other. 1 minute it could be Justin running that post that's got to take two, and it could be Trent running the wheel route, or vice versa. And I think they understand that. On a lot of plays with Jets catching the ball over the middle, we got somebody clearing it out for him, and that guy knows he's probably not getting that ball, but it's the team aspect of it to get Justin his catches. Then we turn around, and those guys know that Justin's going to do his part to get them their catches, and we understand that. Like, that's how we talk about it, the ebb and flow of the game. Like, all right, now they're doubling Jets. It's your turn to go make your plays. You're going to get one-on-one. I think those guys know it. It's preached in my room so much, because I don't want selfish guys. I want team guys, because at the end of the day, team guys are going to make your team better. And I tell guys this all the time. I mean, it's just saying, like, if you want a bigger role in the movie, go do your role and do it to the highest level.
Right.
And maybe the director would give you another role, give you some more camera time, and they start laughing it. But then they really realize what I'm talking about. If you don't do your role, you don't get no camera time. So go do your job, and guess what? You might get a lot more. And then you keep think about this: you keep making plays when your number's called once, twice. Next thing you know, it's called 4, 5, 6 times. Then you got a big role in it, and now you are a superstar. So that's how I tell them. I mean, it's crazy, but it's the truth.
It makes sense because you talk about the team aspect of the game, and to be a complete wide receiver, you got to be able to be selfless, do a clear out route, but also when your number's called, you got to be patient enough to let the ball come to you and go make a play. But one underrated aspect that I've started to see from the wide receiver room is the blocking downfield. And understanding that T.J. Hockenson, he hasn't been playing the first few games due to injury, I've seen you guys make a concerted effort to open up lanes down the field for the running backs. Walk me through just that aspect of being a complete wide receiver and how that's helped this team.
Being a complete wide receiver, we always talk about being able to block. Everybody knows that being a wide receiver, everybody's like, well, you're going to catch the ball. But you got to do the dirty work. And sometimes the dirty work calls for you to go down in there and block the safety. And it looks ugly, don't look like you can get there. It's going to be a physical play. And you got to go down and get it. I mean, that's part of being a complete football player and a complete teammate, And I think your job in this run play is to get this safety so we can have a chance to get a touchdown. So you got to go do your job, and if that's your block, so be it. It's going to be tough. Football is tough. It's not easy all the time, so you got to go do it. And I think those guys have they've said that they've set a standard in there to be physical. And I think it starts with Trent and BP, Jets. I think Speedy is one of those guys. Tristan, those guys understand that we have to be physical. And I tell them this all the time. Being physical with the DBs in the run game is only going to set up the play pass for us. Prime example, Speedy's touchdown on Sunday. That both of the safety and the corner thought he was going to come down and blocked him. We bluffed it and went through and got a touchdown. But probably first half we ran a similar run where Speedy came down and Ty broke outside and Speedy thumped number 6 a little bit and knocked him back. That touchdown came as a result of him coming down and blocking the safety earlier in the game.
The safety didn't want to. He was trying to brace himself for that block.
Yeah, he thought it was coming. So it happens, and I think that's part of the game that guys they underestimate. And I think I always tell them, we can run the ball really well, and you can have a high yardage per catch because if you're running it really well, they're going to put 8 in the box. We can throw it over the head. You're going to get one-on-ones. So you don't need 24 targets to get your 100 yards. You need, back in the old day, you get about 6 of them, and you're over 100, and you've done your job, and we won the game.
I mean, this past Sunday, the 97-yard catch, Justin Jefferson's touchdown catch is a prime example of, hey, look, all it takes is one play, and you're 3 yards away from 100. But walk me through when you see that play. Like that play is going viral on social media, whether it was the ref running full speed, turning his hips like a defensive back, and running the 4-2 up the seam, or Jalen Naylor getting the touchdown block. When you relive that play, what's one of your favorite moments that came from that play?
First, the play fake. I mean, because we set that up. They gave us the correct coverage that we wanted. But our play fake, because we had been running the ball. We ran the ball well the week before, and we was running the ball well early in the game. So the play fake really sucked everybody up. It was really 2-on-3. Jets had 2 guys. Speedy had 1. If you look at the film, the clip, Speedy's wide open also. And then Jets breaks. He goes through the double team. He splits the double team, and Sam saw it. I saw it on the sideline. I was like, well, I'm pointing at Jalen like, throw it to him, and then I look up and I see Jets split, and I knew Jets was going to split him, but I just didn't know what the safety was going to do. Sam gave it enough time, and he made a great throw. And then after that, the things that how Speedy, I call it a mad play because he's on the 35-yard line, or I think he was either on 35 or 40-yard line when Jets caught the ball. Mm-hmm. And Jets went that way, and Speedy just the extra effort. Those are the type of things that those little things like that make big plays like that happen and make you a team that people is like, wow, these guys are really playing for each other. And I think Jets 97 yards. He was just surprised that they really gave him the coverage, but he's also just surprised that he had a chance to have a big one down the field, and I think that's what it's all about, and I always preach that. It's like, man, I say that 97 yards is part of your 100-yard game. Yep. It's just those type of plays, and I always, they know me. I stress. We just need 2-3 plays to be an explosive offense. You just need an explosive play like that, and you just covered 98 yards. And I always tell them, I say, in long drives and backed up situations, you have to have an explosive play to convert it into some points.
Before we go to break, my final question for you is just thinking about that one play. I mean, Sam Darnold throws the perfect ball, right? I mean, he puts JJ's on the 25-yard line when Sam Darnold's releasing the ball out of his hand and it lands on the other side of the 50 on a dime. But for me, I always say, that was a great throw. But when Justin Jefferson, when he caught the ball, it's like, hey, everybody, welcome to Justin Jefferson's world. Just appreciating greatness. As a coach, do you ever have moments where you're like this is greatness at its finest?
It is. I mean, just watching him work, it's greatness at its finest. I mean, it was funny that one of my old receivers that I coached plays for the 49ers, and it was Chris Conley, and he said, "Coach, you're coaching greatness. What is it like?" And I was like, I said, "It's just like coaching you. I'm gonna coach you just like I coach him. Yeah, I coach him hard." He said, "I know you coach him hard." I was like, "Yeah, I coach him hard, but the things that he do sometimes is, uncoachable. Just the instincts of playing the game, the will of playing the game. It's fortunate I got a chance to see a lot of great football players and seeing greatness. I had a chance to just look at Jerry Rice, Tim Browns, and stuff like that, and the things that he do are similar to those guys. I mean, and he just got to keep playing. He can be as good as he want to be.
We're talking to Keenan McCardell, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver coach, and Keenan, a couple more minutes just as we continue to move forward and think about this Houston Texans team that's looking to go 3-0 the same way we are. If you had to describe a play or give fans a play that kind of sums up this Vikings wide receiver room throughout the first 2 games this year, I mean, and I ask that because so many people are excited about the future of this room. Guys have been down. Guys have came back. Guys have had big games. We're starting to see what we've all noticed during the offseason, and now it's here. So is there a play that stands out during these first 2 games to basically say, hey, as a wide receivers coach, this is the play that when you turn on the film, I'm most excited about thus far, and we're going to continue to build on it?
It's so many because it could be a run play because I preach physicality, and physicality wins in this game, all the time. I can go down the line. I got a whole bunch of stuff. The Jalen Naylor play, everybody was a part of that. Jets was a part of it. Trent was a part of it. Jalen's second touchdown, the run aspect of it gave us an opportunity to throw it over their heads, and we got an easy touchdown. The 97-yard, I I can go on and on because, I want to be a guy that stretch the field, show people that we can run by people, and You know, I'm always one of those guys like, you want to go deep all the time. Yeah, I want to bag folks up.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be easier to catch the underneath stuff. And the only way you back folks up is really throw it over their head. Not just run over their head, but you got to throw it, actually throw it. And that play helps. You know, the fact that, you know, Trent goes in and, you know, knocks the safety all the way across to the other hash, you know. Just that type of stuff like that, you know. And I think I have so many plays, but, you know, as I always say, on to the next.
Yep.
I don't look at back. Yep. We got to keep putting it down week in and week out. You know, I'm like, it's too early to think about what it's going to be. We still are making. We're still writing our script for this movie. You know, and I think, you know, each week you got to write a new script. You know, or as somebody would say, write a new chapter. You know. It's 17 chapters in the book, so you got to keep writing it. You want people to stay intense. You want a bestseller. You got to keep it exciting through every chapter. And I think we're steady writing it. You know, it started off real good. You don't want to have a lull in the middle and then pick up. You want to keep everybody excited, like a great series. I need some more. You want people to binge watch.
I love that.
I want people to binge watch us. So that's what it's about.
Coach, my final question for you. We got the Texans on Sunday, and just understanding this is a team that's very young, very talented, fast. We are too. What are you preaching to the guys? What is the mindset heading into this week to get win number 3 of the year?
We must execute to a high level. You know, penalties and turnovers, if you can minimize those to 0, you always have a chance to win a game. Like I always say, we got to preach physicality. This is a team that's coming in with a physical mindset. Their head coach was a linebacker. He preaches physicality. I've played against him, played with him. It's about being physical. And I know how D'Amico thinks. You got to be able to. He wants to be the bully.
Yep.
You can't let that happen. You got to come out and meet physicality with physicality, speed with speed. You know, it's going to be a great game. I think, you know, last week was a test for us. Same type of defense. These guys are a little bit younger than the 49ers, and it's going to be a physical game again. You know, if you like football, you want to watch this game because it's just going to be it's about being physical. Yeah. It's like we always say, whoever controls the line of scrimmage most likely wins the game.
And the fact that it's in front of our home fans.
It's going to be amazing. They don't even know what they're getting into. I think the Niners realize it because they played here on Monday night, but it's been a while since the Texans been here to really feel that energy that's in the stadium, bro. Yeah. I mean, sometimes we're talking and I'm like, say that again. I can't hear you.
On the sideline with your headset on?
Yes, especially when the defense is on the field and we're trying to make some corrections over the headphone. Oh, say that one more time. Hold on. Let it go down. All right, talk. You know, but that's great though. That's what our guys love. That's what a home crowd should do. It should bring that energy, and our fans have been amazing, and I hope they continue to be amazing. They will. We just got to continue to put good product in front of them and get wins.
3-0 is the goal, and a guy that is going to help us get there is his unit, Keenan McCardell.
1-0 is the goal.
1-0 is the goal. 1-0 each week.
This chapter has got to get to be 1-0.
1-0. That's the only thing that matters. You get one this week, you stack the wins, and continue to build from there. But in the meantime, K-Mac, appreciate you as always.
Appreciate you, bro.
Always a pleasure. For Keenan McCardell, our producer, Eric Davidson, my name is Gabe Henderson. Thank you